And you do a maneuver. He's got to come clear around. So if we do a normal maneuver, the girls usually step back and the men step forward turning. So if we do a normal standard maneuver, 1, 2, 3, it's hard to get around. You usually don't quite make it all the way around to here. Because, and we figured out why, if the men will do just a little upper body rotation as they're taking that first step. So as he does a little bit of upper body rotation here, he's reaching through with this foot. What does that do? It turns her and it puts his foot where it right needs to be. But if he stays here and he reaches, it's going to be there. But if he turns his upper body and reaches, it puts his foot right where it needs to be. So that then when he takes weight on it, he can come on across. And it makes all the difference in the world if the man puts that little bit of upper body rotation in that first step of the maneuver, okay? Which is something we have never taught. We've never taught that because it never dawned on me why we were always having trouble with maneuvers. And that's what it is that little tiny bit of upper body rotation. And by him doing that, what does it do for the ladies? She really turns on that first step because if she follows his body, she's really going to go with him. And it's much easier to get around. And she doesn't have to work so hard at making sure that she gets cranked around because he's doing it with that body on that maneuver from diagonal center. But if he uses that same technique of that upper body frame rotation, he can get around without a problem. Even from diagonal center, it's a lot easier to do if you do that as a body. 2 left turns, forward, turn, close, back, turn, close. On 2 left turns or on Viennese? Oh, that's a reverse turn. Passing feet, reverse turn. Or like a diamond. But girls aren't supposed to have passing feet. She does. Heel turns.
I don't know what we were doing.
Do a reverse turn. That's a reverse turn. Different animal than 2 left turns. 2 left turns goes back to phase 2. Forward, turn, close, back, turn, close. And they do close. Okay? It's one of those strange ones that only has 2 weight changes. The men are going to step back on a hesitation change. He's turning right face, so it's early rotation. And then he's going to take 1 step to diagonal line and center, usually to face diagonal line and center. So a hesitation change, he goes back, we're in closed position, and he goes side and forward, bringing the ladies to closed position, diagonal line and center, and then comes the hesitating part of dragging a foot up. So it's 1, 2, drag. 2 weight changes and then draw the foot. 1, 2, 3. Hesitation change. Drag, hesitation. 1, 2, 3. gonna take a forward step. Now he's gonna do his little upper body rotation and take his side step and draw the feet together. And that's your change of direction. So the guys will think about taking 2 steps on a straight line. They're going to take their step here, and then they're going to take a step to the side on that same line, and then they draw the feet together. Because you want to make sure that you're not doing this, because you will overturn it if you do. So he's going to take his 2 steps, forward, side, draw. So think about swinging that hip over and taking that side step. So on our change of direction, it's 1, 2, 3. So let's try it one more time. Closed position with the lead foot free, and we do a promenade sway. It's going to incorporate one side step as part of the figure. So we're going to do a side step to our promenade position. Promenade is another word for semi-closed position, okay? But the semi-closed position is not semi-closed, it's semi-closed position with an attitude, okay? You're gonna have that little extra stretch at the end of it. So ladies, you should have left side stretch in your rib cage, and the gentleman should have right side stretch in his rib cage to create that line. So when you do your promenade sway, you take your side step and the little extra stretch to kind of look around your hands. Okay, so we are in our promenade sway. Now when you change to an over sway, it's upper body rotation and changing your stretch. So if my left side is stretched and his right side is stretched on a promenade, we're gonna change so that the other rib cage is stretched and the body rotation, putting us into a closed position. And that's an oversway. So we do our promenade sways out here, change to an oversway. I'd like a little rotation. Oh, you can't do it.
I'm trying.
Can I use paired by taking a back step? It doesn't have to be. But if we are in closed position with the man facing reverse, like he's done in the maneuver, and we do back preparation step to a hinge. So we're going to take a back step with our trailing foot, and then he takes me into the hinge. So it's a turning side step. He's going to rotate and rise, which is going to bring the lady's foot around behind. She takes weight on her left foot, and then as he lowers, her right foot slides out. Okay, so if we do back to a hinge, we're going to have trailing foot free. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And extend the left arms would be this.
So it's gonna be
The extend the left arms is not part of the hinge. However, it comes on a lot of dances. Now, we can also do a through to a hinge. Okay? So we would be in semi, through to a hinge, through, he brings me around, we lower it, and fall over. Try that one more time. Through to a hinge.
And does that always have to be a bending move? Because I noticed that you're taking 3 freeway changes and advances.
It's a transition. It's a transition step. Automatically will transition you over. Now you have the same foot free. And usually to get out of here, if you're in the middle of a dance, it will be a hover up to semi. He takes 2, she does 3. 1, 2, 3 to get back out.
Okay, so you do, we'll see in the middle of the song.
Uh-huh. Hinges are very frequently done in the middle of dances.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wish
Okay.
change to the same foot lunge.
Oh, change to the same foot lunge.
You gotta take a step though.
I can't do that. It goes the other way better.
From the same foot lunge to the hinge?
Yes,
Okay,
do the same foot lunge.
yeah.
Change to a hinge.
But you can change back.
Do
If you're in your hinge. Wait, I got it.
that right.
You recover.
Huh? Oh, you're saying,
Like that.
wow,
See how easy that
that
is?
works.
Uh-huh.
That works.